All right. Welcome back into another episode of Indiebnb. Today I am joined by Piper in the Hard Times.
Hey,
Guys, how we feeling if we want to introduce each one of you guys individually?
Yeah, this is Dave. I am the drummer.
I'm Piper. I'm the lead singer.
I had the no, I'm just kidding. I'm Steve. I'm the guitar player.
Steve. All right. Well, Dave,
I
Piper, and
don't know
Steve.
why these lame nuts ain't not using they nicknames. Why y'all not using your nicknames? What's going
You want
on?
me to go nickname?
Come on, dude.
All right,
That's
all
what we are.
I'm Dave, and I'm sexy boy.
Sexy boy. Let's go.
Yeah, and I'm Steve, the conductor.
The conductor.
Piper gives us all nicknames, and so we're dual named.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone in his life is
Yeah.
dual named.
Yeah.
I feel like I can
Number 'em.
see it. I can see it in a show, like when we kind of get a breakdown, and Piper's gonna go one by one. Let me introduce you guys to the band. Like I can
Yeah.
I can literally hear that, from what
You'll
I've
have
gathered.
nicknames by the time the podcast is over.
All right. Well, I'll look forward to earning that one. That'll be what we go for. So, well, you guys are Piper in the Hard Times. I mean, out of Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, for you guys, I mean, I always like to start, maybe with the scene, kind of like, for y'all, how has Nashville shaped you guys as artists? Where have we, how'd this thing start? Give me kind of some background there.
All right. Who wants to take it?
Well, I can fill you in on how the band started. So
Yeah.
we all moved to Nashville in the late '90s, and when you move here and you're new to town, you hit the club scene. You go out and you look for blues jams, country jams. You just start building your network. And so I had been doing that in late '99, and I went into a blues club in Printers Alley called Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar, which we still play as of this day. And there was a band in there, a house band playing, and they invited Piper up on stage. And I was sitting in the audience, and I heard this guy get up, and man, he just brought the house down. I mean, just from his stage presence, charisma, and then if you listen to the record, Good Company, or any of our music, you hear this huge voice, and kind of had the whole package. And man, I was just like, damn, I got to connect with this guy and go up and introduce myself, and
Well-
and here we are.
Basically, that's how it happened. I'm Piper, by the way. I'm the lead vocalist, and about like the conductor was saying, right after I came off stage, he rightly came straight to me and asked me, was I, signed with anyone, whether I was with a group or anything like that, which I wasn't. I was kind of like new to town in a sense myself, just kind of getting out, stuff like that. So when he asked me, was I interested in cutting an album, cutting an album, I was like, what? I was like, really, dude?
Well,
Seriously?
when I moved to town, Grant, I moved here from Virginia Beach, and I had a blues band with some buddies of mine back there, and I had written a bunch of songs, and so I brought some original material with me, and was just looking for the right group of guys to put a band together and get these songs, out, and find just some great musicians that had a mutual love for blues, rock, and funk, and real roots music, and we got Dave involved.
Yeah, and then I want to say this, before Dave say what he has to say, is that coming to Nashville, moving to Nashville, and to want to be in the music scene and do that and all that, man, you could easily get taken advantage of. So you got to be on your P's and Q's when you come to Nashville.
Did you think I was sketchy?
Well,
Is
that's
that what you're saying?
So when you said to me about the album, like cutting the album,
Well, you know what I was thinking? You're like, why? I just met some big time producer.
right. Because I tell you exactly what happened. And this is before Sexy Boy comes on. So I'm sitting. So that same night, Red Fox Entertainment was sitting in the audience. So Red Fox Entertainment was sitting there, and they were sitting right there in the corner booth where Amos sits.
Yeah.
Okay. He was sitting there. So when I came off stage, right after Steve hits me, this guy comes and hits me, and he says the exact same thing. He says, "Look, man, hey, man, who you are, and blah blah blah, and would you like to, do a demo?" And I was like, okay, cool. He was like, man, reach out to me, call me, man. I would be glad to do a demo with you, man. You are blah blah blah, whatever.
And where's Red Fox Entertainment today?
Exactly, right. But here's what's crazy. So me not thinking outside the box. I'm thinking this guy wants me. You understand what I'm saying? Like he wants me. Like he's going to be beneficial. Like help me do me. Like, and what it turns out to be is that he wanted money.
There you go.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was going to, but so I went back to Steve.
You found
I had no money.
That's but he had some songs.
Yeah, for sure.
No money, but songs.
That free album sounded pretty good after they asked you for the advance.
Go ahead, sexy boy. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, they covered it. I had met Steve, and so we were playing with another artist, and he said, "Man, I saw this great singer, and I think we should, do a hangout and play a little bit and see what happens." And it was apparent from the first time we played together that it was pretty cool. And that was a long time ago. That was '99. We played for a bunch of years. We took a bunch of years off, and then we started rocking again. I guess about 10 years ago, right? Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, like the years that you guys were early on, how different are you guys today than you were back then? What are do you have a different approach to what you guys are doing? Is there still some similarities to the 99 to 2000 mid 2000 version, or what's been the kind of transition there?
It's unchanged, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like exactly the same. We're older, obviously, hopefully wiser. I know we're better players. I know Piper's a better vocalist. He was an amazing entertainer from minute one, so that didn't. But I mean, really, it's like we came back after a decade off to a pretty big show here in Nashville at the Frisch Center for a concert series they did, and we just stepped in cold, and it was like we had played the week before. It was kind of wild.
Gotcha.
That's when there's a chemistry, and I know it's hard to quantify that. People ask us like, well, how do you describe the chemistry? It's like
It's just undeniable.
It's just this thing, like we know instinctively what each other's going to do, and there's two other members of the band, Funk Stick and Amy the Professor, and we're all kind of like that. The five of us, when we get together, man, we just read each other, and it's pretty unmistakable.
I think they just all pay attention to me, is what I'm about to do on stage, because I don't think there's nothing actually planned. I actually think they just get on stage and give what they call their energy, and they know what their energy I'm talking about. They bring their energy, man, and they just follow along, because I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't. Unless we have to, we'd never go by set list. So we all go by what Piper feels at that moment in time. So that's where it's at.
I love that. I mean, I'm sure that took a lot of time to develop, that first, that 99 to, first few years, like, was that, a time where you guys are going in playing clubs? Like, what was the frequency? What were the things that you guys were doing? I know Nashville's like a true, like, if you're in that club scene, it's a every night, kind of feel. So what was y'all's frequency in the beginning there, and then what is it now?
Well, Nashville was really different then. Yeah, you're like shockingly different. We had a gig downtown at a place called Wolfie's, which was 4 or 5 blocks up from the river, which now is just basically like the Vegas Strip. But we would play down there weekly. And, we'd often play to 20 people. You couldn't play to 20 people at any hour of any day now down there. No. So it's a totally different thing, really, as far as the city's concerned. But we played a lot, and, we made a couple records. They weren't the records like we made now. We made our first one at a home studio. Sounded great with a friend of ours, and then a second one at a little bit more of a proper studio on Music Row, demo studio, and then we hit pause. But now the 2 records that we've put out, they were done proper settings and proper pros, and we're very proud of them. So, we just kind of took what we were doing then and just sort of elevated.
Yeah. That's good.
I gotta ask, it's gotta be difficult with a kind of a blues and a funk, in that, the roots of that music really is rooted in the live performance, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you said, like it's, you don't go on with a set list. Piper drives the bus with, what he's feeling. Like, what are the things, how do you translate that to an album setting? Like, how do we get the juice, if you will, like inside of a studio? Like, what's that look like?
The same thing, because
That's a great question.
because it's a live setting.
Yeah.
I haven't did no recordings without my band being there. So to me, it's no different from me doing a show. So I go in the studio and I just be me.
And not only being there, he likes to get live. Not likes to. He insists on getting live vocals with the band, which is somewhat unusual. Some singers like to do that, but it's more common most of the time. Even if most of the time a singer's doing a takedown with the band, they're going to want to come back and redo their vocal. That's kind of a given. Like, they're just basically giving you a vocal so that the band knows where they are in a song, and then they're going to come back in and do their vocal. But he doesn't like to do that. We play live, and like you said, he wants to sing live as the pass goes down. So everything that you hear on our 2 new records, Revelation, Good Company, those are live band takes completely, and live vocals as well, with very little overdub, like maybe
Oh
a word
no,
or two
yeah,
here and there.
yeah. There's nothing like that. Yeah.
And there's some really cool moments on both records. Like on the first album, on Revelation, the very first track is a song called Trouble Man, which we've had for a long time. But I remember when we recorded that, I was standing in front of the isolation booth where Al was singing. He was in this little room, and there was a big window there. And at the end of the song, you can hear the vamp when we're riding out, and you started going, "They call me the Trouble Man." And I turned to him, and while I was playing the song, I'm pointing at him. I'm just like going, "Go for it," And that song at the end, man, became its own thing, and the energy just kind of blew the roof off and set the tone.
Yeah.
For the album. And we try to do something like that, when the time is right. We don't force it. It just happens naturally, and there's moments on both albums, like that.
And you can tell on both albums that, those special moments, you could probably feel it if you pay attention to the album enough, because it just comes out clearly. It's just what it is. Even, back to the first album, 20 Long Years, that's the last song on the album. That song, it's not for us to talk about long, but that song all came together in the studio. We were scheduled to do a different song, and personally, I didn't want to do the song that we were scheduled to do. So the conductor looks at me and says, "Well, what are we going to do?" And I looked at him and I was like, I don't know. Just pick something else. I just don't want to do that. So we go out in the hallway. We step out to just kind of have a little powwow, just try to figure things out real quick so we can move forward. And he looks at me and he says, "Hey, how about if I just do something like this?" And he played this little lick, and we started kind of vibing together there just for those quick couple of minutes. And we go back in and we said, "Hey, let's just play it." We told everybody what the idea was, meaning that we were just going to play this and let Piper be Piper. So they allowed me to be me. And that's how 20 Long Years came together, because it was nothing planned. It was all one take. The band just did what they came to do. They did their job. They did their job fantastically well. And they let me do what I wanted to do. And they let me be me. So there you go.
I love that. Well, want to dive in on the song Spotlight, for In the Meantime. Is it a similar feel? Was that something that was written, as obviously, through a jam, or
Dude,
was
I
it
hate
something?
This song, man. Why does everybody keep playing? No, I'm just kidding. Nah.
Man, that one, so as long as the three of us have been together, anytime we get together and we're saying goodbye and things like that, Al has always had this little catchphrase where he'll say, "Hey guys, in the meantime, in between time, you do your thing, and I'm sure as hell going to do mine."
Correct.
And it made it on the liner notes of the second album. And I had forever wanted to write a song with that catchphrase in it. And there was one day, a year ago, I was up messing around in my house, and I came up with some guitar stuff, and all of a sudden I wrote down some lyrics, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's developed. It's here." And I remember I called him on the phone and I played it for him. I said, "Listen to this," because I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
I'll take my cell phone and sit it down. He puts on speaker, and I played it for him. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm coming over tomorrow. We'll write it." And we did, and it happened super fast. So, as is the case for most of the way we write.
And with a really good signature guitar riff, which is kind of the hallmark of a lot of our stuff.
All that stuff.
Yeah. Steve will come up with this riff, and that kind of gives us something to hang it around.
The life. It truly brings it to life. It really does, man.
Yeah. Now, is it generally like, when we're coming up with lyrics, is it a combination of everybody? Is it, everyone contributing there, or is there, a main lyricist? Like what's the kind of, we let Piper be Piper. What's kind of the main thing?
These guys can't write worth a damn. No, I'm just kidding. Totally. Actually, what happens is, I'm normally by myself. I'm normally in the car, listen to other artists' music and stuff like that, and I may get inspirations off of stuff like that and start writing my own stuff. Now, Steve, the conductor, does it maybe a little different. Maybe he comes up with a riff or a lick or something that he has on guitar, and then he records it and sends it to me. I take a listen to it. If I like it, then now I'm writing something toward that, and then we take it from there. Then we shoot it over to Sexy Boy, and Sexy Boy puts his 2 cents in as far as like not so much as melody, what we call the beat, I guess. Is that the
arrangement and groove ideas and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that
kind of stuff. Yeah, and then so we all collab together. But it all goes by steps. So either I start it or Steve starts it, and then it goes down to the chain of command, and we just do it that way. And it just kind of keeps it simple, and it keeps everybody involved, and no one's saying it has to be that way. We all communicate together and make a collabs decision to make it work. I think.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then sometimes Steve will have some things that are almost complete. But then there's this process where he and Piper work through, like, where Piper make it his. You know what I mean?
Because you have to Piperize it.
Yeah.
Piperize it.
And he's got this way too. Like, this is one of the things I've always loved about just the way you phrase and word choice and stuff. And really cool singers do this. I'm not thinking of other examples right now. Like maybe Jagger, and like where they'll say a phrase and you're like, that doesn't really, like, that sounds like it would be hard to say, or like it wouldn't work, or like it wouldn't work on paper. You look at it, you're like, that's not going to work. But the way he can spit it out, it's, it makes it really
works.
cool.
Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or it's like it would sound terrible coming out of my mouth, but coming out of his mouth, it sounds perfect. It's like
on the new record. Listen to for people to go out there. Listen to the song "Turn the Tables." Okay, so it's smack dab in the middle. It's like really heavy blues, rocking and funkin', like the first 5 songs, and then we hit this song called "Turn the Tables," which is like 2.5 minutes long. And there's this line that only you can pull off.
What's the line?
The social media guru. I may not be a social media guru, but I get by.
That's a good line.
But it's true.
I know.
And that's one thing we want you to know. I don't think we as Piper the Hard Times do anything that we haven't lived or did or seen or something in that effect. We're true to our craft. I don't like to copycat. I don't like to do things that's not me. I don't like to sing things that I don't feel. I have to feel it. I have to be in there. I have to did it. Be a part of it in order for me to deliver it. So,
yeah,
love that. The authenticity, which. You mentioned social media. I mean, you guys started a band in the 90s here in early aughts, and you have this new element in here. So I'd be curious to hear your guys' strategy, thoughts. Love it, hate it. On that part of it. Yeah,
it's horrible. And I'm not even joking. I'm being completely serious.
Sexy Boy, the social media guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you say, it is absolutely essential and part of the mix now, and that's for everybody in any business, of any type. We each have done and do some other things, and my wife and I have a small business, and it's just this essential, constant thing. But it's also honestly, an amazing tool. It's certainly useful in ways that we would have blown our minds and
for sure.
Back then. But it does that in this whole other layer of work and responsibility and maintenance
and getting on it and getting in front of a different audience. It works.
Certainly.
But,
You know,
but it's a lot on Sexy Boy though, because Conductor does his part with social media, but it falls back on Sexy Boy. Sexy Boy is our social media guy, so.
Well, one thing
Right.
that's great though, that's really makes it tolerable, is that the content part is really easy with this gang.
Yeah.
Because we can pretty much turn a phone on Piper at any moment and ask him a question, and you're going to be entertained. So it's not hard, making, we actually, before we got with you, we were making promo clips for gigs we have next week, and we've always just kind of shot from the hip with that stuff. We don't overthink it, and it seems to be working. So we're not changing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the right way to do it, the authentic, and just hey, like we're gonna go right from it. I just thought about I'm gonna be doing a little bit more man on the street kind of stuff, for this channel as well. So it's just kind of like you gotta figure out what your what your lane is and what your what's your temperature for editing. That's the big phase.
And I was joking about this morning this afternoon with my wife, and I am on the phone editing reels. And I'm like, this is work now. Sitting like this and clicking away on a phone, this is my job now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Clock in.
Yeah.
Clock in. You got to get it done. Sexy Boy's got to get the social
them,
media done.
For real, because I thank them all the time, because my band doesn't give me a lot of work to do, except for when it's time for me to hit the stage. Other than that, as long as I know my material and everything, they're really lenient with me. Steve handles a lot of the business end aspects of it. Dave handles the social media. I handle the crowd.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good.
It's just
Always
simple
good to
as
have
that,
a division of know within the band, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
to kinda
for
get-
any band, and anyone listening that's been in a band or is in a band knows this. And, I'm talking about a band because, there are obviously loads and loads of artists with hired guns or, people they work with or whatever.
Sure.
But to be in a band is a different thing. It's a lot of ways it's harder. A lot of ways it's more rewarding and more fun. But you have to be happy with your role. And that's where problems end up. I've been in a bunch of bands, and when people are not happy in their role, it creates problems. And I think that's one thing that's always worked here, is that we're all happy in our lane and we're cool with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I love it. Well, I mean, you mentioned some dates. This will be out not this the coming week, but the following, not the following, but the following after that. So I don't know when that will be, but a couple weeks from now. So any dates coming up, December, in that early range that you guys can talk about, for touring and kind of the live piece of it.
Well, in December, we've only got one day, which is December the 6th. We're going to be in Indianapolis at this place called the Slippery Noodle Inn. And the Slippery Noodle is a legendary, long-standing, blues and rock club in Indy. Actually, it's one of the most iconic clubs in the Midwest. And then we pretty much take the rest of the December off, which is common in the music business. You don't see a lot of people playing. They're burned out. They're trying to recharge the batteries, spend time with family. So we'll be off, the rest of December, then probably through mid-January, and then we get out down to Florida and start it all over again.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Grant, this gives us some time to reflect and see if this is something we really want to do.
New Year's resolution is,
Yeah.
are we going to play again in 26?
Yeah.
Break up the band again.
Hey guys, listen.
Do we need another 10 years? Do we need another 10 years? And then we come back 2040. Well, good. Well, let's rip into the Pete Peterson, the party pack of questions. This will be our our rapid fire segment. So we'll go. I think we go in order of introduction. So we'll go conductor, Piper, and right into Sexy Boy. So if you guys want to do that, we'll rip into it here. Let me get these guys pulled up here, but. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. Pete Peterson is a name I made up. People often ask me what the hell that is. So that is a name I made up with a couple.
Well, Grant, can I tell you,
nuggets.
real quick? I went to school with a Pete Peterson.
All right, let's go. Did he have a good? I hope I can honor his name with this with my party pack of questions here. So
Let's do it. Let's do it.
we'll
Shout
rip
out
it.
to Pete.
Yeah, shout out to Pete. All right, Rapid fire, Pete Peterson. Here we go. Cake or pie? Let's rip it off here.
Cake.
Cake.
Same. Cake.
All right, across the board. We love that. All right, salad or soup?
Soup.
Salad.
Salad.
Okay. All right. 2-1 there. Sunrise or sunset? What are you seeing more of these days?
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Sunset.
Okay. All right. Home run or a touchdown? What would you rather? Would you rather hit a home run or score a touchdown?
Ooh.
Home run, no doubt about it.
Ooh. I'm gonna say home run too, man. I know. Damn.
I'm gonna take touchdown. Of course.
All right. Teeter. I love it.
Dave's
I love
our
it.
sports
He's
guy.
a sports guy.
It's Boo Sports
Yes,
He
Guru.
please.
plays all the sports. So
All
go
the
ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Here we go. Night in or a night out? What are you guys having more of?
Night in.
More of right now. Night in.
Yeah, night in.
Yeah, same. Unless we're gigging.
Yeah.
But if you're not
Okay.
gigging, night in is good.
Yeah.
Night in's good. All right.
Yeah.
When you do go out, and maybe after the gig, you guys go out. Your jam comes on the dance floor. You guys more likely to hit the robot or the worm?
Wallflower.
Robot.
Robot.
I'm gonna be a neither. I'm happy to groove a little, but I
Grant,
got
there's a
neither.
clip. You need to check them out. All both of them trying something. So there's a clip out there somewhere, Grant. You got to see it. I'm telling you.
Oh man, that's tough.
Pete, I'm sorry, Pete. Sorry, Pete.
All
Sorry,
right,
Pete.
next. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you're good. You're good. All right, guac or queso at your favorite Tex-Mex spot?
Queso.
Queso.
Same.
Queso. All right, we're going across the board. All right, waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
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 All right, there we go. All right, coffee or tea with your pancakes?
Tea.
Coffee.
Coffee.
All right, there we go. Dogs or cats?
Dog. Oh, sorry.
Not your turn, man.
Your turn.
Cats.
Dog.
Dog. Clearly.
All right, there we go. All right, you guys identify more with a ninja or a pirate?
Ninja.
Ninja.
Hey, matey, I'm going pirate.
All right. Chips or pretzels?
Pretzels.
What was that question?
Chips or pretzels?
Oh, chips.
Pretzels.
Love it. All right, fries or tots?
Fries.
Fries.
Same.
I love it. All right, across the board there. All right, TV show or movies after a long day?
Movie.
Movie.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna fall asleep either way, but movie.
I love it. All right, are aliens real?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to say hell no.
I'm a believer. Yeah. This can't be all there is.
Couple of believers. Now I know you guys are on the way. Nashville. But Bigfoot, is that real?
Ooh. Nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We got one Bigfooter. Let's go. All right, is love at first sight real?
Yes.
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 Oh wow. Okay, sounds like we got some good love stories there. All right, and give us one band that we ought to check out that we might not know from each of you guys.
Oh, wow. Okay. One band that we may not know. Okay. Somebody may not know.
I'm gonna go local.
Okay,
I
nice.
really. J.D. Simo and Luther Dickinson. They're little.
Yeah, their thing's bad. Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
I mean, they're.
Yeah, cool.
All right, you can keep thinking. I got one. I mentioned this last time. I'm digging this band out of the UK called Salt, SAULT, and they have it's kind of a collective, and there's a gal that sings with them. She's phenomenal. She goes by Cleo Soul, S-O-L, Cleo Soul.
There's soul and salt. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Okay. What was so Steve and I, we had a chance to experience this, but Bywater call
C-A-L-L.
Okay,
Those
yeah.
Canadian folks.
Yeah.
They're
Damn,
great.
man.
They're
Great, man. Off the chain, dude. for sure.
Bywater Call. All right. Well, we got some good ones here.
Their lead singer is just a complete badass.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which there's a few of them out there. Don't get me wrong, man. But you asked, so there you go.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, you guys conquered Pete Peterson and the party pack of questions. Appreciate you guys taking the time to come on the show. Of course,
Welcome.
check them out on Spotify. Check them out, live in your town. I know they've got a website. We'll have a link below down here so you guys can go hit the tour up. But guys, we appreciate you taking the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
get
please.
the record.
Yeah, please.
Thanks, Grant.
Yeah, Grant, thank you for everything, guys. But yeah, make sure y'all get that Good Company album.
There you
Pick
go.
that
Good
up.
Company album. We got to get it live in your home. It's gonna bring you joy. You're gonna be able to clean to it. You're gonna do it all.
It's the
I love it.
holidays, baby. It's a Christmas gift, baby. Pick it
Love
up.
I love it, guys. All right, y'all take care. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, man. Cheers.
There you go.